Poker is very different from other casino gaming, and there's one specific difference that makes poker a beatable game, while games like roulette, craps, pai-gow, or let it ride are games where you could never have an edge. The first thing you have to realize is that they don't keep building these luxurious casinos because people can win at gambling in Vegas. The house games are designed so the house always has an edge over the player. Even in a game like pai-gow, where the odds are as close to 50-50 as you're going to get, the house has a significant advantage. Why? Well, every time you win, you have to pay them a 5% commission. That might not seem like much at the time, but those small edges are enough for Las Vegas to make millions off tourists that have dreams of hitting it big. So what makes poker any different? Well, the casino has no vested interest in who wins or loses. You aren't playing against the casino. Instead, you're basically renting the seat from the casino. With poker, look at the house more like a landlord rather than an adversary. Depending on the casino, they'll either take a rake or what's called a collection. In a rake game, the house will take a percentage of the pot each hand. A typical rake in, say, a 5-10 limit hold'em game would be something like 5% up to $3 maximum. So, if the total size of the pot was $20, the house would rake $1. Now, if the pot was 60 or more, the house would take the maximum $3. Typically, if you play in higher limit games, they use a collection, which means that every half hour the house asks for a certain amount from each player. So in a 10-20 game, that might be something like $5 a player per half hour. Strategically, there are some minor adjustments you should make depending on whether or not the house is taking a rake or charging a collection. You see, in a collection game, it just doesn't matter how many small pots you win. You'll be paying the house a set amount per hour. However, in a rake game, the more pots you win, the more you'll have to pay for your seat. So, speaking very generally, you should play more aggressively in a collection game and slightly more conservative in a rake game. Now, when playing in a rake game, you should be looking to get involved in multi-way pots with lots of value. If you're playing in a tight rake game, many of the hands you play will be heads up or three-handed, which is just not good for you. In an extreme example, imagine you were playing one-on-one with just one guy. If the house was taking a $3 rake per hand, it's very likely that neither you or your opponent could possibly come out ahead. In an hour, you would be dealing out approximately 60 hands. If there was a $3 rake, that would mean that collectively the two of you would be paying $180 in rake an hour. Now, compare that to a collection where the house might charge each player $10 per hour, and I think you'll understand why the house always wins.